Hey everybody, welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm your host, Wayne Hanson. We are looking at the lyrics of the song from Christmas, the 12 Days of Christmas. Do you know that the song was originally used as a teaching tool? Well, we're on day number 10, teaching through the basics of Christianity, and it's 10 Lords a-Leaping. Let's do it together. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a-leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a-milking, 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. 10 lords a-leaping. Well, this one's a little bit easier when you think of the number 10, the Decalogue, right, in the Bible. What is the Decalogue? Well, it's the 10 commandments, the 10 commandments. God gave us 10 basic rules. Jesus said, of course, if you obey one rule, if you love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself, you'll fulfill all of the law and the prophets written in the Old Testament. But here, let's look at the 10 commandments from Deuteronomy chapter 5. And this is pretty powerful stuff. This is God commanding Israel. He says this. Moses is standing on the mountain, and God begins to speak to him, and he says, I am the Lord your God who rescued you from the land of Egypt, the place of your slavery. You must not have any other God but me. You must not make for yourself an idol of any kind or an image of anything in the heavens or on the earth or in the sea. You must not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God who will not tolerate your affection for any other gods. I lay the sins of the parents upon their children. The entire family is affected, even children in the third and fourth generations of those who reject me. But I lavish unfailing love for 1,000 generations on those who love me and obey my commands. You must not misuse the name of the Lord your God. The Lord will not let you go unpunished if you misuse his name. Observe the Sabbath day by keeping it holy, as the Lord your God has commanded you. You have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but the 7th day is a Sabbath day of rest dedicated to the Lord your God. On that day, no one in your household may do any work. This includes you, your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, your oxen and donkeys, and other livestock, and any other foreigners living among you. All your male and female servants must rest as you do. Remember that you were once slaves in Egypt, but the Lord your God brought you out with his strong hand and powerful arm. That is why the Lord your God has commanded you to rest on the Sabbath day. And many Christians, of course, observe Sunday as the Lord's day. And so I don't think the day of the week matters so much as the day of rest. Having a day of rest and making it holy to the Lord is as important. Verse 16, honor your father and mother as the Lord your God commanded you. Then you will live a long, full life in the land in your Lord your God that the Lord your God is giving you. You must not murder. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not testify falsely against your neighbor. You must not covet your neighbor's wife. You must not covet your neighbor's house or land, male or female servant, ox or donkey, or anything else that belongs to your neighbor. And of course, that is the 10 commandments. They're kind of the basic rules for getting along with each other. In fact, it can be explained this way. The first 5 commandments are God to man and man to God. And the second 5 of the 10 commandments are man to man. The first commandments have a lot to do with how I treat my relationship with God and my inner spirituality, how I believe God should be honored, how I can put him first in my life. And then the second half of those is how do I treat the people around me? How do I live a life of honor and respect in a way that I don't violate anyone else and I'm not storing up wrath for myself later. So anyway, I find that the 10 commandments pretty much cover all the bases. And of course, Christianity, really the command to love God and love people. If you truly love God, you're going to want to put him above other things. And you're not going to want to worship anything or anyone else more than him. if you truly love your neighbor as yourself, then you treat them the way you'd want to be treated. Like the golden rule says, Jesus said another commandment. He goes, "Do to others as I have done unto you," or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So in other words, treat others the way you'd want to be treated. And that's some pretty powerful stuff. It's so basic, right? And yet many people mess that up or mix it up, or they let other things become more important than God, or they engage in those sins of the flesh where they're just living to gratify their own nature, and rather than living to glorify God, they live selfishly rather than living to help and be a blessing to others. And so take that challenge of the 10 Commandments. Hey, we're only 3 days away from Christmas. Can you believe it? We got today, we got tomorrow, and the next day, and that's Christmas Eve, and Sunday this year is Christmas. So what are you praying for? What do you believe in God for? If you have a prayer need, will you put it in the comment section below? We'd love to pray for you. And if you don't have a church home, I want to invite you to a great church. It's Summit Church of Douglas County. Meets at 4240 North Perry Park Road in Sedalia, Colorado. Or go to mysummitchurch.com. You can find the different places you can watch us on whatever social media platform that you're on. And we would love to have your partnership in the ministry. Bring a neighbor, bring a friend, bring some family members to our Christmas Eve service Saturday night at 5 p.m. It's a candlelight service with Christmas caroling and a cookie exchange, a Christmas message, a gospel message for people to receive Christ and turn their lives over to His care and control. So God bless you guys. We'll see you tomorrow for day 11 of the 12 days of Christmas.